Hey guys, it's Jenn and Julien, and you're listening to X Appeal episode 40. All right. She's alive.
Yeah, man. I'm here. Scary moments.
That's crazy. You got like no scratches, nothing.
None. Yeah. So
I guess Audis are really good cars.
Oh my God. Audis are so good. So I guess we should probably say what happened. This was earlier this week, actually yesterday. No, 2 days ago. Sorry.
It was when it was raining.
It was at the tail end of rain. So the sun was out, and I was driving on the 405 going north.
Yeah.
And tractor trailer is right up next to me. And at the time I was on the phone with my mother. Like I was using my car was talking to me. I was being safe about it. Mm-hmm. And I glance over, and this truck is like getting closer and closer, and doesn't have his turn signal on.
Yeah.
And his cab was like right up near my car. So I'm like, okay, of course he sees me. And I sped up though, just in case. And yeah, I just saw him out of the corner of my eye come around and clip my car when he was merging into my lane without a turn signal. And then
He was in front of you.
What?
He was in front of you, technically.
No, he was behind me.
He was behind me.
Yeah, so I see in my rear view mirror, like my side mirror, the cab of his car hitting my car and dragging it. So basically he did a pit maneuver on me. I spun around on the highway like 3 times. I got hit by an SUV, and then I got hit by another car. And
that was in front of you, then? That was next to you, yeah.
Yeah, and then spun around again and smashed into a concrete barricade.
I'm so confused. Why is did he not see you? Because you were in front of him.
Yes. Technically I was like, because if all the damage to my car is in the back, if you saw my car from the front, it was like nothing ever happened.
Because you're technically in front, so he's trying to merge, so he's like touching the back of your car. Like, how do you not see it?
Yeah, he was just a dick and just drove away after that.
Oh, he drove away after that?
Drove away. Yeah. And so I was like on the side of the road of the highway. After I like hit the barricade, my airbags deployed.
Yeah.
And OnStar was called immediately, which is great. Meantime, all my mother hears. Now, like, imagine things from her perspective. I was like, oh no, screaming, and then the line cuts out.
Oh my God.
So I was like out of my car because they were like, do you smell smoke in your car? And I said, I don't know. I don't even know where I am. Like, I couldn't even tell you the mile marker at that point.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, just get out of your car just to be safe. So I'm standing alongside my car on the freeway.
Yeah.
And do you know that dudes were pulling up like slow, like rubbernecking and blowing me kisses after this accident?
No way.
My car's smashed up. I'm crying and shaking. And then 2 more people actually pulled their cars over and came up to help me.
Yeah.
Which was amazing. So I'm grateful for them. And and then California Highway Patrol got called. They tried to go and find the truck.
Yeah.
They couldn't.
Okay.
Wrote up a police report, and my car's totaled. So
he's probably it's probably I feel like those big trucks, like it might be somebody who, doesn't have insurance, so he probably was like, fuck, I'm out.
On a truck, on a commercial big rig?
Depends. I mean,
I would think that all those guys are like CDL certified and insured.
Maybe. Yeah, you're right. Maybe.
Because you work for a company. You're not like a private driver. Like, you're driving for a company. They won't let you drive unless you're insured.
That's why once I got a small accident and I started installing dash cams front. And my buddy has a back camera now, just in case shit like that happens.
It's actually a really good idea. I might do that.
That said, on my motorcycles in case too.
Your motorcycle. I always think about you whenever I see crazy ass motorcycles driving up next to me. I'm like, please don't do that. Please don't be that kind of person. Because they really do.
Insurance for you then? Because you got to get a new car. So
I have to get a new car, but it's going to be an Audi because they've proven themselves to be
Yeah.
extremely safe. Right now, I have a rental, a Jeep Compass.
Oh, okay.
No, not there's anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
You know my guy. You know my guy at Audi. I'll
I
read.
know. Oh my God. I wait until he hears what happens. Jeez.
I
He's
know.
gonna be like this chick.
Crazy.
Yeah. So it makes me feel a little bit better though that it wasn't my fault.
Mhm.
A and B, I somehow landed in the emergency lane,
Wow.
facing forward.
Okay.
And completely away from oncoming traffic. I have no idea. But honest to God, Julien, like for more than a few seconds, I was thinking like, okay, well, this is what it's gonna feel like to die. Like that's it.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
And I thank God that my son wasn't in the car with me, even though the kid seat or the baby seat was fine.
Yeah. All right. So,
I have no idea.
The baby seat is important.
I just have no idea how I made it out of that accident. And I only have a couple of scratches on my side, and that's it. I'm fine.
Wait, so how does because you don't have his info, so you can't sue.
No. They were like, do you even have like a description of what the truck looked like? I'm like, no, I think it was orange.
Yeah.
I think I saw like a little bit of orange, but you're not paying attention. Who thinks that anything like that's going to happen? I mean, that's my worst nightmare come to life though. By the way, I have to say, even before this accident, I was always afraid of semis on the highway because I know how they act. They don't pay attention.
Yeah.
And they're so big and they're so dangerous. And I've seen more than a few times where like tractor trailers will try to get in somebody's lane, and if you have no room to move, you're fucked. So
if he had stopped the guy and helped you out, like, would you have sued?
If he had stopped and helped me?
No, like whatever. It's the accident. He stops. He's like, oh my God, whatever. Because it's always for me, it's always like something very big in the US where you sue when you have an accident. Nobody sues in France.
This is a very litigious society that we're living in, but I don't think that I would have. No.
Yeah, because I mean, you're fine technically. So.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Just pay for my deductible and my rental.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would ask money for. Yes. Yeah. And maybe a little PTSD too, because to be perfectly honest, driving into work this morning was not fun.
Yeah, of course. But here's the thing. Here's the good thing. When they're going to give you your money for your car, for your Audi, you know how like when it's totaled, they give you the Kelly Blue Book value of your car?
Yeah.
Right? Right now, because of the shortage, your car is worth more than what you owe.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
will I be able to find a car? Like I was looking for like maybe an e-tron or something actually, because the gas prices are so high. And I know that Audi has their new e-trons, but we'll see. Beautiful. I don't know.
In the sense of like, because usually the way they do it is they pay off, like, they'll say, okay, well, your lease, to buy out your lease, it's going to be whatever, let's say $40,000, right? But your car, as of right now, you know how cars always depreciate, is worth 36, so we'll give you 36 euro for. But right now, with everything, my car, for example, was worth $10,000 more than what I owed.
Oh.
Yeah, but technically it wasn't, but because I had an accident report, so it decreased this. But like I have a bunch of friends that have clean cars, and the value of their cars is actually worth more than what they owed. So they gave their car back, and then they got a like $5,000 check from the dealer, and they just made money. So there's a good chance that your car, whatever, you'll get maybe a $40,000 check, but you only owe 35. So you actually make $5,000 in the whole thing.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
It's for sure going to happen. I'm like 99% sure.
Something that makes it worth me not knowing if I was going to live or die for like 10 seconds of my life.
$5,000.
Never want to feel that way again, by the way. Never want to feel that way again.
No, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. So
today we're doing a little like wrap up episode, right?
We are. This is the end of our first season with Herd at Media. So this is fantastic.
Yeah, and then we're gonna do a little 2 week break, 3 week break, and then
we're gonna give you our best episodes, two of our best episodes, and that before we're back for season 2.
There you go.
And this is episode 40, yeah?
40. And we are ending it with, of course, questions of the audience.
Questions of the audience. Do you have the questions?
I have them right now in my email.
Amazing.
And I have not looked at them because we're keeping this improvised. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 questions. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Question number 1. Rich Nazario asks, how do you stop obsessing over your ex? Checking IG, meaningless texts, trying to keep them around. How do you stop? Oof. How do you stop obsessing over your
how do you stop feeling feelings?
I guess, and also just I guess maybe how do you stop? Man, I just got out of the shower. My hair looks fucked up. I think how do you stop just creeping on them, constantly?
Yeah, it's a compulsion. It's a definite compulsion. I'm guilty of it. I'm sure you're guilty of it, or maybe you're not. You're probably not.
Yeah.
But we know that I'm a big creep. So.
Yeah, we know you use your dog's Instagram to creep.
Yeah, exactly. I used to. I don't remember the password for Sophie's account anymore, so I can't do that.
Well, by the way, everybody does this. Everybody does has this phase. I'm gonna make an Instagram for my dog, and then nobody uses it.
Yeah. But it's
follow your dog, and then you're not active on it.
I think it's normal to be curious about what your ex is up to. I think it's unhealthy if you do it multiple times a day, every day. So I do think that maybe blocking the account is the best move. You can always unblock after a while. So and I'd say this because if you have access to it, you're going to watch, you're going to look at it. It just happens.
Yeah, but you're blocking it. So it's you could just press one button.
It's out of sight, out of mind. You're not going to have access to that person's.
But it's not out of sight because it's out of sight. How do you do that if you have if you're not following your ex but you're actively looking into the search bar, looking at their Instagram and then checking it? Blocking them doesn't change anything because you'll block them and then all you have to do is press unblock and then you can see what they're up to.
Yeah, but I think that it's just an added layer that you have to, it's like one more action that you have to go through to see the person's profile. I mean, other than that, take yourself off of social media, take a little break for a while and focus on you and your life, and stop, living vicariously through other people or checking in on people, which I think can be a little toxic if you're trying to get over somebody. It's just the fact that, you can't run from it because it's there. So I'm just telling you what I've done with my past, which is if I find myself checking too much, then I just block because it's not healthy. I mean, it's what's done is done.
It has helped.
Huh?
It has helped you.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, because eventually, I mean, your timeline gets clogged with other people, and you just start to shift your focus.
So what about if it's just mental obsessing, checking out text and looking at all pictures and?
I mean, I'm a big proponent of deleting.
Yeah.
Deleting the conversation, deleting the contact.
Yeah, I was going to say delete the contact for sure.
Delete the contacts. And then, if you really want to spend some extra time on it, then go through and delete all the pictures of that person from your phone. You can do it. It just might take a little bit of extra time. But I think it's worth it in the long run if it makes you feel at peace.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've never experienced that.
You've never wondered what your ex is up to? You've never thought? So you love him and then move on and then that's it? You don't think about them anymore?
I mean, right now, not really. I think at first, yeah, maybe I was kind of curious, and sometimes you go look at pictures depending on when it ends, but or how it ends. But so far I've mostly been on the ending side of it. So I was the one who ended. So, I felt like because I was done with it, I never really felt the need to. But once in a while, if they pop on my feed, I'll look. I'm not happy for them, but I'm not oh my God, I'm not upset.
So that tells me that you are expert level at compartmentalizing your feelings.
Shit, maybe.
Because I don't know of, even if you do end the relationship, there's not that for you to not have a human curiosity about how that person's doing and how they're handling life. afterwards, especially if you cared about them in any measure for like
sometimes like what I mean is that I don't go out of my way to look. So it's like if it pops, because there are people that I've dated that I still follow on Instagram, and sometimes they pop on my feed, and then I look at their picture, I'm like, oh, that's cool, you're doing this, and then I move on. But I'm not like thinking about it. You know. Also, I haven't been in like a long relationship in a long while.
I was gonna say, so then, if you aren't present in the ending, were you present in the relationship? Do you know what I mean? Like, because to me that doesn't make any sense. How can you be so there in it with that person, and then all of a sudden when things come to an end, you don't have that like residual curiosity that like.
I think most of the relationships I've had over the last 5-6 years were just fairly short-lived. The point that the longest one, except from the one I'm at, the longest ones I've had were like up to 6 months though, and it was fairly casual all the time. So I never really got to the point where I developed that, serious attachment to the person. So that's one thing. Another thing is and I feel I keep coming back to that, but from leaving my home at 17 and living alone in Montreal and then Canada to college, and then I moved to California on my own. I'm a very, very detached person. It's like I'm trained like this, right? It takes me, it's like for example, I haven't seen my mom since August, and I don't feel the feeling of missing her.
But do you talk to her a lot?
Yeah. I mean, I talked to her yesterday. I talked to her like twice a week here and there.
Okay,
sometimes
so you still have communication.
Yeah, I'm still communication, but I am still a very independent and detached person. So it's like I feel like I kind of feel maybe differently than other people.
Yeah.
But then when I look at my previous relationship, which I think was my last relationship before the current one that I'm in, which was back to Montreal. So that's like 7 years ago or something. She has 2 kids. She's with her man. And I never go and look at her stuff. We follow each other. I'm happy for them. But
it has anything to do with like your intensity or lack of intensity in your feelings toward that person.
I don't think so. Because my relationship with her at the time was fairly intense, and when we broke it off, it was tough at first, but then I just moved on.
Yeah.
And I do feel like there's this little part of me that's just very independent emotionally. So it's just like, yeah, it's different.
Sometimes I worry about that a little bit.
You worry about me?
I do. Yeah, because I want you to be in that place where like you just give it your all, and I think this is the closest that I've seen you, in the relationship that you're in right now to giving it your all. Like I feel like your heart is really in this relationship, and I'm wondering, what's going to happen like down the road. But
who knows?
But like in a good way, like in a good curiosity kind of way. Like I feel like good things are going to happen down the road for you, with that. But yeah, I want to see that like transformative spark where you like turn a corner and you're like, yeah, like I'm just like super passionate about this and like, all in, like totally all in.
Yeah, I just don't.
Maybe you're just like programmed to not feel that way, like that intensity of emotion.
That might be.
Yeah. Maybe it's because you're French. I don't know.
No, because you know how a lot of French people have that.
Yeah, I do know that.
Like when girls or whatever talk to my girl right now, they go like, oh my God, he's French. Oh, the French guys are the best. They're so passionate. They're so into everything. And she's like, well, not this one. You got the one who's not. And I was like, yeah, no, you got the broken one out of the French. That's just kind of, I don't know. It's just, I think as I got older, it's just, I think my mentality and the way I feel has just changed a little bit. So it's just, it is what it is. By the way, it's totally off topic, but I never showed you this. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, Jesus. Is this it? Is this the one? Is this what you were talking about? Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
Is it Iron Man? It's Iron Man. Oh, it's Iron Man. Oh, he got an Iron Man tattoo. Oh, he did it. He did it.
part of the cool kids. So next question. Did we answer that question? Checking IG is just basically block them.
I think we did.
Everything,
make it out of sight, out of mind. As far as like
there's this thing though. How do you stop from obsessing, and how do you stop from trying to keep them around? Don't just I think
I would say do whatever you can to take them out of your digital life. Start there, and maybe that'll trickle into your what's going on up here upstairs.
Maybe.
And if you can't escape those thoughts, then yeah, maybe I would turn to a therapist for sure. Maybe they can give you some like tips and cognitive tricks to try to keep that person's at bay and the thoughts at bay.
Yeah. Also, part of me, one would think is like, sometimes when you're with your, like, sometimes you're reminiscing about your ex. You're like, oh man, when you feel that you're going down this little path, here's what I would do. I would just remind yourself of all the shitty things that didn't work out, like all the stuff.
Yeah, because a lot of you're right. You're absolutely right.
Just be like, no, we weren't together. Remember when this happened? And then you're just gonna get into this. Be like, oh my god, yeah, no, this relationship was so bad. I'm done. And then just
a lot of people, we don't think that way, right? Like we look back on it like, oh, I was just with rose-colored glasses, like what happens a lot with relationships.
Yeah. Like it just it ended for a reason,
Don't forget the reason that it ended. Yeah. You can't forget that.
Okay, we've answered
because of something.
Okay, this one is quite something. Zara Rose. So it says the question is, I'm in college and I get treated like a booty call. Why am I not the girlfriend? Is it my race? And that's why I guess we're assuming she is a person of color or something other than white, I guess.
So she gets treated like a booty call. See, I would need more information on this.
I mean, you're in college.
You're in college, so like everyone's a booty call. I hate to say that, but like you are living in booty call city.
Except for you, Jen, because we remember you were a nun back in college.
Well, yeah, of course I was. Yeah, I was a nun back in college.
Your booty wasn't getting called.
No, it wasn't. There were no calls on my booty at all. But I do think that this is like the place for it, right? So inherently, college, you don't take relationships seriously in college.
But some people also are in a relationship.
Okay, but I'm generalizing right now. I'm generalizing. I would say it depends. It also kind of depends on on her behavior, right? And what you allow, and the way you allow yourself to be treated.
Oh, so you're saying it's her responsibility?
I definitely am a big proponent of women needing to hold themselves accountable.
So then how, okay, so there's this guy that she really likes. She's into him. And because you know how guys do it. Like, it's like, oh, you give the attention to get what you want. So you'll be texting a little bit at like 8 p.m. Hey, babe, blah, 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 blah. She comes over, you have sex. And then, boom, you were kind of like, okay, I'm done. Right. And then you go kind of cold.
Yeah.
So that's probably why she feels like the booty call. But like, how would you switch that? Because
I wouldn't give him what he wants. I mean, I'm old, so I can say this now because I've been through those kinds of experiences. But I would know. I wouldn't make it easy on him. I would not make it easy for him.
So then, but you risk him being like, all right, well, fuck her. I'll find.
Well, then fuck you. Well, then that's exactly you. You will get the respect that you command.
Yeah.
And I think that if you make it too easy for a guy to hook up with you, then yeah, you're not gonna get the respect that you deserve. You're just not, because guys that age have a one-track mind.
No, I think here's the thing. It's like, know how you feel towards this guy, and if you know that you want more, then you have to stop acting like a booty call. So it means you got to make it clear. And, if he's not going forward with it, you should ask. Maybe she could always ask to hang during the day or go watch a movie or go do something or like some type of activity.
Right.
If it's not received well, then he's just using you. Like he's just
deserves your time of day.
Yeah, it's just easy for him. So then remove it. Take it off.
It's like the whole Harvey Weinstein, mentality. Like don't take a meeting at 4 a.m. in your hotel room. Like, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know exactly what he wants. Like, come on.
Yeah. So
you have to protect yourself. You have to protect your heart and protect the respect that you are owed.
So Zara, if you want to stop being treated like a booty call, don't act like one.
Yeah.
And just, put your foot on the ground.
And we don't know you, so we're not saying that you do, but
exactly. But like, just don't respond after like 10 p.m. and try to hang out during the day. And if you see that it's not responsive or that because there's always a chance that he's like, okay, fuck it. You know what? I'll go have dinner with her and then I'll bring her, So just
I guarantee you, if he's not. So here's the deal. He texts you at 11 p.m. You don't text back. He's texting somebody else. And he'll find the girl who's going to be there at 11 or 12 or 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Who's going to show up at his house. He will find her. Don't let that girl be you.
All right.
Damn. All right.
Coach Collier.
Who?
Coach Collier.
Okay.
Coach Collier asks, Jen.
I don't like where this is going at all.
What did Julien do that you'd never experienced before? Hand covering mouth emoji.
Wow. This message is also from Julien.
Nothing. I don't think I did anything.
No offense, but I don't think you did.
No, we weren't involved.
You know what I will say? You know what I will say?
What?
Something that I have never done before is date somebody and then want to be like their friend and their business partner. But yeah, that's what you were able to do. And I don't think I've ever, Yeah,
it's true because you always shit talk about your exes, but
I don't always.
Yeah, look at me.
My ex is just the shitty ones.
Look at me.
No.
So I guess I showed you that you could actually experience something with a guy and still have a friendly relationship with him.
Yeah, have a friendly relationship, but not just that, but like also, we have to talk, we have to communicate like on a regular basis.
Yeah.
It's not like, we meet up for coffee every once in a while. So yeah, that's something.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait a second. Can I vice versa that question?
Yeah.
Yeah, vice versa.
What did you do that had never been done before?
You can't steal my
answer. What did you do that I've never done before? Shit, I don't know.
Nothing?
I don't know.
Nothing. I don't like those little thoughts that are swirling around in that brain.
Yeah. Well, I can't say that because it's along the lines, but I am friendly with people that I've dated.
Yeah.
You're not like the first person. There's a few that I genuinely like enjoy on a human level, and like if I run into them in the street, like I'll have a 15-minute conversation because I'm genuinely interested in how they're doing and all that stuff. But I've never taken it, I think, to this extent where we're actually trying to build something out of it.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something that, that I've experienced with you, but I'm trying to think on any other aspect, like even, yeah, there's nothing, other than that, also, the just a general idea of caring for someone that you've been with, and now you have a day-to-day or weekly relationship where you want that person to generally succeed, because if you succeed on the podcast, and I succeed too, and it's fun adventure that we're doing together.
Yeah.
All right. But I still feel like, I think if you and I were actively dating for 6 months, like, going on 3 dates a week, then maybe that would have been different. But I think so too. You and I kept it fairly, like, we just vibe with each other. But when it comes to the actual emotional connection, we kind of kept it fairly superficial.
Yes and no. Because we are friends, and the emotional connection part of it wasn't romantic. It was more of like a friendly based kind of thing.
Yeah. So I guess that would be it. Like have active like communication, constant communication. You know. I'm sure this person was expecting something else.
I'm sure they were. I'm sure they were expecting something sexual.
Yeah.
But not gonna get it.
Okay.
Not going there.
Danny One Diaz 69 asks.
Danny Diaz.
Jen, was Julien too immature for you to consider a long-term relationship with him?
No, not immature. I wouldn't say that you were immature. I would say that maybe you're I just think our philosophies on relationships are too different. Yeah. They're just too different.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And that only reinforced this podcast has only reinforced that for me.
Yeah. You're like, oh God,
how different we are. I'm a little bit more traditional.
Yeah.
When it comes to that stuff, like, you know, if I'm intimate with somebody, like those kinds of not clingy feelings, but like attachment feelings come into play, maybe a little bit easier for me than they do for you.
Yeah.
And I think that, maybe your ideas on marriage and like what it means to be like a longer term partner, and like, that didn't align with my ideals.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the reason that we didn't work out. I just think I literally, and I keep on going back to this. I keep saying
like the friendship.
It's true. It's the friendship for me.
But also, I mean, you say you're traditional, but look, you have a baby out of wedlock, so it's not that traditional either.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. And I keep on telling, like I've told several people this about you, that I'm like, you know what? Julien is actually a really good friend. Like you check in on people, like you're there when it counts.
Yeah.
You show up. And a lot of people I can't say that about a lot of people in my life, I can count on you on a fairly consistent level.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
I'll be around. We're getting sued.
We are breezing through these questions.
I know.
Anon, Anon, don't know how to pronounce that.
Is that short for anonymous?
I don't know. Maybe anonymous. Maybe. Yeah. He or she asks, or it, tips for couples who are moving in together for the first time. I am the wrong person to ask.
Tips for couples who are moving in.
I don't know.
Okay.
Have a baby, because then you're forced to move in together.
Yeah. So I would. There's a lot of conversations that have to happen beforehand. I would try to make it as equal as possible. The as far as like putting a down payment on the home, rent payments, like lay all that stuff out beforehand. Who's going to buy what kind of furniture, like lay it all out, because the last thing you want is for one of you to feel overburdened by moving in together, and it sours the entire experience. Outside of the planning on it, just get ready to experience the side of somebody who you haven't seen before.
Yeah.
You're going to hear all the farting. You're going to hear like,
oh, no, you're not.
But it's true. But you will. You will. You're going to see like all the seedy underbelly side of your partner. You're going to know what they're are they good at putting down the toilet seat after they go pee? Are they the kind of person who makes the bed first thing in the morning?
That's so
they leave their shit laying all over the place, like, or are they OCD to the point where it
matters so much? Just what's the big deal if you arrive in the bathroom and the toilet seat is up? Just put it down.
It's annoying, Julien.
The girl, yeah, okay, whatever.
It's disrespectful. The next occupant.
Aren't you guys strong, independent, and just put the
Oh my god! Yeah.
I mean, you did point out a good thing, especially I feel like a lot of the issues sometimes stems from financial, because couples have a hard time being open about money.
Yeah.
about what you do. And then also, it's crazy when you look at like the amount of people that had different ideas on how to do it, right? So like you'll have girls that like think, no, we should be splitting the rent, and then you have guys that's like, bro, if my girl have to pay rent, then that means I'm like a bitch, right? So it's like there's no way the girl has to pay rent. No, I'm covering.
You also have to consider, yeah. So my advice would be, don't get a place that you can't afford on your own.
Yeah.
Don't get a place together that you can't afford on your own, because it's going to put you in a vulnerable position. And you don't want to feel at a disadvantage going into a big living together arrangement.
No, but I mean, if you can afford both of it together and you agree on splitting the rent, I think that's fair.
Split the rent, but then also get a credit card together that is devoted toward all things home.
All home, yeah.
Yeah. That way you're both paying it down and it's equal responsibility.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a good way to do it too, in the sense of like you just create a little account where both people contribute, whether it's like $1,000 every month, and then this is where all groceries and house related stuff, go, and then that way you and your partner still feel like, hey, I bought dinner tonight, like I'm treating us, all that stuff. I think that could be a good way with no, but again, I don't think everybody is okay with that. I feel like some guys might want to split. Some girls might feel like, well, if I'm doing all the cooking and the cleaning in the house, then I shouldn't be paying for rent, and vice versa. Like, or if the guy's like, well, I'm the one cooking, so on top of that, I also gotta, also how much money are you making? Are you making 3 times what she's making? Is she making 3 times what you're making as a guy? Isn't it like? Those are
the kinds of conversations that you need to have. I mean, because if I can't afford to pay you my share of the rent or half the rent, then we have to figure out another way that I can contribute.
There's also one thing too, which I think in paying your share of the rent, and I'm sure some people don't care, but like imagine if like for example, if I know I was loaded, if I was making a shit ton of money and I had to rent a 2-bedroom for my girl and I, and it meant nothing to me, I'd be like, don't worry, I got the rent, like I'll cover it, right?
Yeah.
But like sometimes I'll talk to my mom about stuff like that, and she says that there's also a lot of power into paying your own portion of the rent, because you don't feel like you're living at his house. He's paying for the rent of his house, right?
Yeah, that's true.
They could be that feeling too, but then also I'm sure some people don't care. It's like, I don't care. I feel like it's my house, even if you pay for the rent. So, Well,
I think it's worthwhile to have all those conversations going in before you even make a decision to move in together.
Yeah.
And then just also, recognize that if you live in a tiny space together where it's like, say, a 1-bedroom,
I wouldn't do it.
If you argue, you just know that you don't have a place to go afterward. You just have to work it out. Or just be comfortable being uncomfortable for a little while until you figure it out. But it's an investment. It's a big, big, big step. And I cannot say this enough. Like, just make sure you have thought long and hard about it before you do it.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to do one more question? Cause I have to, by the way, after this, guess who I'm interviewing after this podcast?
Thor?
Yes.
Chris Hemsworth?
Yes.
No way.
How did you guess that?
I don't know.
How is that your first guess?
Yeah, it just had to be. What are you interviewing for?
For Thor, Love and Thunder.
Oh, the new one?
Yeah. Jealous? Are you jealous?
Yeah, I'm really jealous, actually.
Oh my god.
Fuck. Can you show him my Lego Thor hammer?
What?
I built a Lego Thor hammer that's like this big.
How old are you?
It was like 1,000 pieces. If you have time, can you tell him? Be like, hey, my co-host.
Yes, okay, I can do that. I can say, listen, I have a friend. He is 36 years old.
32.
It doesn't matter. He's in his mid-30s, and he built a Thor hammer from Legos, 1,000 pieces. That's how much he loves you.
Yeah. If you can give me a little like selfie videos, he says, "What's up, Julien?" Oof.
I'm not going to do that because No, dude. This
maybe
is
he'll offer it. Maybe he'll offer it after he sees my Thor hammer. Maybe he'll be like, you know what? Let me send him something.
Unbelievable. Does he do cameos? Maybe he can do a cameo for you. I'll get that for your birthday.
I don't want to pay. Okay, no. How about we do this one? Because we've been keeping this PG. Let's talk about sex. This one's sex.
Okay, fine.
All right. Sex for the first time with someone. Does the sex position you choose give any indication on how your partner feels about you? Are there any insight gained from how you were treated during intercourse?
Ooh. That's a good one.
Ooh. I already feel like it's like, you'd be like, yeah, if I care about you, I'm going to do this position. If I don't care, I'm going to do this. You prude.
It depends on the mood, I think. And I'm at work, by the way, so I can't really. This might not be the best question. I'm in my office at work. I think it kind of depends on the mood, right?
Yeah.
If you're feeling saucy, then maybe you'll be like a little more explorative. But I mean, how you feel. I think it's like what you're in the mood for, not necessarily how you're feeling.
It's funny how, like, sometimes, in my opinion, girls kind of contradict each other, right? You'll have girls that says, I don't care about this dude, so I'm fucking wild. I do all the stuff that I want to because I don't care about this guy. It's like, whatever, right?
Yeah,
like,
okay.
You never heard of a girl saying like, oh, it was a one night stand. I'm never going to see him again. I'm going all out. I'm doing all the crazy shit, right? Then from guys' standpoint, I know guys will have sex with their girlfriend different than I have sex with some random booty call, right?
Okay, yeah.
So there's like this thing of like fucking your booty call and like just being like, like treating her a little bit more with disrespect. Whereas your girlfriend, it's like you don't want to do that, right? It's like you want to love her and you want to like be gentle and all that stuff, right?
Ask Army Hammer that question.
Yeah, but then again, in my experience, it doesn't like that answer to answer the question. The sex position you choose give any indication how you feels about them? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But I'm kind of the opposite. I will be if I'm really invested and I really love or like that person, I tend to be a little more free with that. Try harder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you give it. Yeah. I hear you. I think the same. And I get back to what you were saying. It's all about mood. There's moods where I'm more into like a little bit gentle, and there's moods where I'm like,
exactly.
This is gonna be a tough 5 minutes for you, my friend.
It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
It's gonna be a tough 4.5 minutes.
4.5 minutes. Oh my god.
This is gonna be a rough one, I'm telling you. But a female, I don't know. Like, does it like if a girl does, let's say, doggy style, does that mean that she's more into the guy because she's giving him more of what he wants?
I would say so. To me, but I can't speak on behalf of everybody. But yeah, for me, that's exactly right.
Yeah, but what if you, as a woman, that's the only way you get your orgasm is if you're in that position? Then you're also doing it for you, right?
Yeah. So when the stars align, that's great. But
I don't think so. I don't think that the sex position indicates how much a person likes you.
I don't think so either. I kind of think sex is sex, and like there's no rules there really when it comes to bedroom stuff. So
unless the sex position always involves not seeing your face, that means she doesn't like you.
Well,
like,
that's happened to me before.
The guy didn't want to see your face. It was only back stuff.
It was all,
just the back.
Never seeing my face. I'm like, oh, what does that mean? Who are you imagining?
Of course, that would happen to you.
Yeah.
Of course.
I would like to think that the face is maybe like one of the best parts about me, but all right.
I want to see it. That's hilarious. Yeah, cool.
Cool.
Yeah, you gotta go?
I do. I have to go interview Thor. Did I mention that I have an interview with
Thor? Fuck you. Let me say, I'm gonna send it to you right now. My Thor hammer.
Please don't. I don't want to see your hammer. I don't.
No, it's massive too. It's really.
I don't want to see your. I don't want to. I don't care. I don't want to see.
Send it to the group chat. Please show that to him. Look at your phone.
You just sent me a picture of your hammer.
Look at the size of this, how big it is. And there's a baby Thor.
That is ridiculous. Is that a baby Thor?
Yeah, it's like a Lego Thor. So that's the size of a regular Lego.
Lego Thor together too?
No, it just came like that. It just came as Lego Thor. I put his hair on and his cape.
I actually might show this to him.
You should. By the way, there's a
I told my friend that I'm going to be interviewing you, and he said, I want you
to show him.
I want you to show him my hammer.
Yeah, please. And I have another one too. I have a keychain with Mjolnir, which is his first hammer in Thor, because the other one's name is Stormbreaker when he gets it for Infinity War.
I really might show him this.
It's amazing.
How tall is it?
It's
about a solid foot and a half.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna get it. Hold on, you'll see it. It'll be 6 seconds.
He's so excited. He's like a child. Oh my god. Oh, it's like a real. You can hold it.
Yeah, it's massive. Look at this. It's about. I don't know how big this is. This is probably. I don't know, in inches.
I took a picture of that just so I could show him the scale of it. Okay. Okay, we're done. We're done here. We're done here. You can put your hammer back. Put your hammer away.
You can show him my Iron Man helmet too if you want.
Nope, not going to do that.
So excited for Love and Thunder.
That's it for this episode of Sex Appeal.
Great. So we'll see you guys in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We don't know yet. And with season 2.
A Huda Media Production.